Shine Divine, my friends, and welcome to today's video where my purpose is to bring you encouraging and inspiring messages from the divine. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I want to do a love reading specifically for singles who are looking for a romantic connection or who are at least open to it. So if you're someone who's in a relationship, you can still stick around and see if there's any sort of message in this reading that you resonate with. Or if you're someone that you're like, I don't really care about a romantic connection, there might still be a message for you, but I just wanted to put it out there. This message today is specifically for those that are single and also open to a romantic connection. I was just feeling it today, so I'm going for it. I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting the universe that this is a message that needs to get out. So let's get started and see what message Spirit has for those of you out there who are single and also wanting some type of romantic connection with someone else. And as always, if it feels good, take a couple of deep grounding breaths to help you clear your energy, get settled into the moment. That way you can also connect directly with your spirit guides as well. Okay, let's start with these. So first out, actually I think this was the first out. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay, so for some of you, the reason why you haven't quite met the right one or the person who is going to be a longtime partner of some sort is because maybe you're a little confined into what you're looking for. Now, sometimes I think it's totally okay to do a little exercise of identifying the really important things that really matter to you in a partner, as far as beliefs and qualities, core values, that kind of thing is important. But as far as maybe what they look like or the kind of job they have or just their lifestyle in general, having an open mind, letting the universe surprise you in a pleasant way can be exciting, can keep that energy open and fresh, and allowing for the universe to work its magic and allowing you to keep that open-mindedness. Next, we have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of a holiday time together. All right, that's interesting. Coming out for those that don't have one just yet. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Maybe there are some of you that are too focused right now, or not too focused, but you are focused very intently on your career. That is your top priority, and it's kind of pushing out other things, and that's okay. You're in that career mode. That's what you need to be focusing on right now. But if you're like, I really want to bring in a partner, I want to meet someone, but you're spending all your time working, that could be an area to look at and see if there's anything that you can delegate elsewhere or just take a little bit of time for yourself to get out there and meet new people. But it does feel like for some of you especially, the reason you haven't quite met them is because there is a career issue. Now, for some of you, it might be the fact that if you are struggling financially, you're not feeling totally self-confident. There's a little bit of self-worth issues because your worth is tied up in finances. Totally understandable. A lot of people struggle with that. And if you're not feeling great about yourself, you're not necessarily putting your best self forward, and it's the energy of it, you're not putting out the energy that you're wanting to draw someone in because you're kind of closing yourself off because you're not feeling as worthy of it. And I think that the message immediately with that, Spirit would say, you are worthy of love regardless of what's in your bank account or, what your career looks like right now. But I do feel like for a lot of people, that disconnect from having a job can impact other areas of your life. And so just keep that in mind. Keep an open mind about that. The finances and career could definitely be a big play into why you haven't met this person yet. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, so in this regard, this card coming out right now, okay, it's interesting because we've got honeymoon, but we also have pay attention to the red flags. For some of you, I feel like there might be a sense of desperation. I know this is a strong word, but it's like, and you're willing to settle even when you shouldn't, even when there are red flags present. And you have the opportunity for a honeymoon, but make sure that you are paying attention to the red flags, that you're not settling just to settle. Like, you are worthy all on your own. It's fine to be single and independent. There's nothing wrong with you that you just haven't met the person that fits into your life properly and you don't fit properly into their life. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So it is important, pay attention to the red flags. If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't seem right, take a step back, reevaluate, and know that you deserve better. You deserve the honeymoon feeling, the newness, the excitement. I'm interested to see why this honeymoon card has come out. So let's go a little deeper. Let's pull some more cards for this reading. But so far, it really feels like it's important to identify in your career, like how that impacts you personally, because it is a general reading. So like I said, for some of you, it's because you're very focused, you're very busy on your career, and you're putting out signals and energy of like, I don't have time for this. Whereas some of you, it's more of like a self-esteem issue, along with those of you that are like very strict. You're very clear in your mind about the kind of person that you want to be with, but the universe kind of wants to surprise you a little bit in a good way, a good surprise. But like I said, it is fine, I think, to have an idea of like the core values that you believe you want to share with the person in your life, and don't settle for anything other than that. Pay attention to those red flags. Okay. Ready? Okay. So coming out under the keep an open mind, we have Prince of Spring. Immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship, someone who is charming, self-confident, passionate, restless. Okay, that's good news. We love that. But keep an open mind, because when you let go of these other expectations of things that at the end of the day don't really matter, it allows the universe to work immediately and to open up and bring you that passionate relationship that you are looking for. And under honeymoon, let's see what this is about. 10 of Winter, the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. So I think what this spirit is saying, this honeymoon, this resolution to your issues, that is in the cards for you. It is something to look forward to. The weight lifted off your shoulders, the end to something negative, it is in the cards for you. I also feel like it's directly connected, since it's in between the keep an open mind, the finances and career. It's like either side that you're on, this honeymoon energy, this is in the cards for you. It is something to look forward to. And under finances and career, we have 4 of Winter. Set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep, or a vacation. So yeah, for some of you, you are really stressed. You're working a lot. And for some of you, it really feels like a survival thing. You have to be working as hard as you are because If you don't, how are you going to pay the bills? And with that sort of energy, you're just pushing out so much that it can't really allow for anyone to come in. And so Spirit is asking you that if that's the case, it's okay to take some time, especially for yourself, to kind of slow down a bit, take a rest, take a nap if you need to, and allow Spirit to work through that. And also for those of you that are struggling with that low self-esteem, low self-worth, because your finances aren't quite where you want them to be, you're not quite in the career that you want to be in, it is impacting this love energy coming in, and Spirit is asking you to slow down as well, to set those concerns aside for a little bit, focus on yourself, focus on the immediate person right in front of you, and working on what can you do for yourself right now in this moment or today. What's a self-care item that you can take care of that will kind of help bring your energy down a little bit? Pay attention to the red flags. We've got Prince of Summer. Falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. Okay, interesting. So with the pay attention to the red flags, I feel like for some of you, there might be someone that comes in very quickly and they sweep you off your feet and it's very intense right away, and it's just a word of caution to keep yourself grounded in that. Pay attention to any red flags. I'm not saying that if it immediately turns into a relationship, you walk away from this reading today and you meet someone, I'm not saying that it's not something you should go for, but just pay attention to the red flags, especially if it's something that feels like it's happening very quickly and they're saying a lot of things that all sound really good. That's okay, but just pay attention, trust your gut, slow down if you need to. It's okay to take some time. But I do find it interesting. We've got the Prince of Spring, the Prince of Summer kind of bookends on this reading. And that feels intentional from Spirit. Yes, there are people that are coming in for those of you that are wanting a type of relationship, romantic relationship. But in the meantime, it's really important. Keep that open mind. Focus on yourself a little bit more and kind of set the concerns aside about the romance. Especially if you're working so hard on either finding a job or you're working so hard in your job itself. If that's the case, it's more important to be taking care of yourself right now as the individual and set the concerns for the romance to the side for a little bit. And again, if someone comes in and immediately sweeps you off your feet, that's okay. Just pay attention to the red flags. It doesn't mean that they're no good, but it just take care of yourself, stay grounded in the moment. All right, let's pull some more cards. Let's get an idea. Spirit, what else do we need to be aware of in regards to attracting the right person and just our love energy in general? Okay, we've got denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Interesting. I also feel like with the keep an open mind, for some of you, you're fighting against something that you truly desire because you're either afraid of what other people might think, or you just have some past beliefs that you're still holding on to that aren't serving you anymore, and you're kind of in denial about what it is you actually want, the kind of person that you actually want. And Spirit is trying to help you open up your mind a little bit, because the person you're meant to be with is totally different than what you feel like you're meant to, or you should. It's less about who you think you should be with and who you actually have destined to be with. So be kind to yourself with any sort of denial that you might be feeling. Be very honest with yourself, because ultimately it's for your betterment. It's better for you to just to be open. Next, we have peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy that's coming out under this honeymoon, this 10 of winter. Spirit is saying, yes, this relationship is in the cards for you. You will meet someone, and we'll take a look at timing in a little bit, but just know, have faith, keep the faith. Yes, this is something, if it is something that you truly want, it is in the cards for you. That honeymoon, that 10 of winter, the resolution of difficulties, the weight lifted off your shoulders, and peace. It is in the cards for you. Next, we have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Okay, so that's coming out underneath the finances and career, as well as the 4 of winter, with setting your concerns aside. For some of you, there might be a bit of an envy issue because of that. Self-worth can kind of get in the way of that. Usually people who are feeling jealous, feeling envy, it's because they're not feeling fully confident in who they are. So this isn't really a call out. I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad, obviously. But like I said with denial, it's be kind to yourself. Focus on that self-love. Focus on what it is that you can do for yourself in this moment to help build up that confidence, build up that self-worth, because ultimately that's going to be how you open up your energy to others to help draw in the right kind of person for you. And coming out under pay attention to the red flags, we have empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. That feels fitting. So I also feel like, especially for people who are, lean more towards the spiritual side of things, you tend to be more empathetic. You kind of have a bleeding heart sometimes where you just will ignore the red flags because you want to see the good in everyone. That's very important to you. And I feel like Spirit, lining this up with pay attention to the red flags, the empathy is important to be able to see the sides of everything, right? But I feel like this is also Spirit saying, don't let your empathy for others cloud you from not being able to see the red flags, not being able to see what's safe and what's meant for you. So I feel like this is just another little warning for those of you that lean more towards the very empathetic. Don't take on something or someone who at first is just goes so hard and intense in how they're sweeping you off your feet. Make sure that you yourself are staying grounded. Pay attention to those red flags and don't let them take advantage of that empathy that is very strong within you. Okay, so next let's pull, I'm going to pull 3 cards. And what I want you to do is, think of 1, 2, or 3. Which one are you more drawn to? And this will give us a little bit more of an idea as timing. When is this person supposed to be coming into your life? And I also want to pull yes or no cards on whether or not you already know them. So the timing could also be when this will happen, because you might already know the person. But let's pull 1, 2, or 3. Have that in your mind. If you need to pause and really feel it out, we're going to be pulling 3 cards as far as the timing of things, okay? There's 1. Oh, there's 1 and 2. I'm glad I did that. 1, 2, and no. Making a mess. Okay, 1, 2, and where's our 3rd? Where is our 3rd? There. Okay. So for those of you that picked card number 1, this is the timing for you. The message is don't let pride get in your way. Don't let pride get in your way. That's funny because it's kind of coming out under this first. Even though this is a timing card, it's not to immediately line up, but it does make me think of those that are struggling with keeping an open mind. Anyway, the timing is full moon in Leo. Okay, so either the next time that the moon is in Leo from whenever you're watching this, or definitely the next time that we have a Leo full moon. I would also say for some of you, this is also, we're currently in Leo season actually when I'm filming this, but you could be watching this at any time. Obviously, this is a timeless reading. But I do feel like the timing is involving Leo in some way. Obviously, it's the full moon in Leo. So keep that in mind. Leo, I would also, because the Leo portal 888, or just 88, obviously, 8 weeks out, 8 months out, that kind of thing. Yeah, so for you guys, the number is 8, and however that might manifest for you on the way out, but also just Leo energy in general, okay? So that's for card number 1. For those of you that picked card number 2, we have adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. So with the third quarter moon, you have, it's the time between the full moon and the new moon. So it's past the half moon mark as well. So you're heading into a darker part of the sky. So I feel like for you guys, the time is further away than, it's not immediate. It's further out. It's going into the darker side of the moon cycle before you're like as far away from a full moon as you can be. And so I feel like because of that, like the full moon would bring illumination to this person, bringing this into fruition. So I do feel like for you guys, the timing is a little further out, and that's okay. That gives you time to focus on yourself. Spirit's not saying it's never happening. It's just further out for those of you. But like I said, it gives you time to focus on yourself, get your finances, your career in order, you're strong, you're independent, and kind of work on opening up a little bit more. And time is so wibbly wobbly. It's hard to really tell, but I do feel like for those of you that were drawn to number 2, I also feel like Spirit is saying like have patience. Adjustments are required is the message on the card. Like there's still something that's at play, still something that's being worked out, but don't lose hope at all. And then next we have, for those that picked the third card, we have your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. Okay, so this one is like you're halfway there. So for those of you that picked the third card, I feel like the full moon in Leo, card number 1, is a little bit sooner. The second card is like further out, but first quarter moon, the third card, you guys are halfway there. And right now it's about like staying committed to yourself, staying committed to what you're currently working on, what you're currently passionate about, and staying committed to putting out the energy that you want to bring someone in. You want that energy to share that with someone. Okay? I don't have a hard set time for you guys other than you're halfway there. Whatever that might mean for you. Maybe half a year, half a month. It depends, but it really feels like I also, for some reason, with those of you that picked the third card, I'm just feeling like there isn't an immediacy with you guys. And so it really is, Spirit is just really asking you to slow down, focus on yourself especially. Okay, so those are the 3 cards. I also wanted to pull, do you already know this person? The person that you are, the person that's going to be coming in, that you will have this romantic connection with. So let's do 4 cards. Is this someone that you already know? Is this someone that's already in your life? Again, think of 1 through 4. Which card is meant for you? This time I'm going to pull them, and then I was going to say I'm holding them up to the camera, but it's usually reversed and I don't want to confuse myself when I go to edit this, so I'm not going to do that. 1, 2, 3, or 4, that's what you get. Think about which card you feel drawn to. There's card number 1. There's card number 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So, for those of you that picked the first card, do you already know this person? And this says, they're waiting to hear from you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so those of you that picked card number 1, chances are you do already know this person. Those of you that are, it might even be you haven't really connected with them because you're in denial about your feelings about them, or you're just in denial about the kind of person you think you should be with. They're waiting to hear from you. So you do know this person, but they might not make the first move. It might be something you need to reach out. But give yourself time. Let's not make any immediate decisions, immediate action. Though Prince of Spring is coming out immediately here. I don't know, guys. I feel like those of you that chose that first one, we'll see. For those of you that picked card number 2, do you already know them? Find a way around this obstacle. So for this, Spirit is not telling you yes or no. They are asking you to kind of shift your perspective a little bit. Oh, they're so sneaky with this one. I feel like this is especially true for those of you that connect with like needing to really take time for yourself, because the obstacle is the connection that you have with yourself. Okay, so for those that picked card number 3, do you already know them? Sleep on it. Spirit is being sassy. They do not want to let you know whether or not you know this person. Sleep on it. Set your concerns aside. It's not important right now if you know this person or not. Spirit is being sneaky. I don't make the rules. Okay, so for those of you that picked card number 4, do you know this person? Ask yourself why. Why do you need to know that right now? Man, Spirit doesn't want you to know. Unless you picked card number 1, then it's like, yeah, most likely you do know this person. I feel like this is especially true for those of you that really resonate with this denial card, like someone that you've been denying your feelings of. That's especially true for you. Just saying. Because it is a general reading. Ask yourself why though. Like, why is it so important right now to know exactly who it is? It's because you want to get the ball rolling. But remember that the timing cards, not yet. There is still time before you're really going to meet this person. And for some of you, you're halfway there. For some of you, it's even a little bit further out. And in the meantime, it's important for you to be focusing on yourself first, which I know is not fun when you feel like you've been focusing on yourself for so long and you're ready to just meet that person, meet whoever is coming. Let's finalize this. Let's pull a couple more of these romance cards. Heart-to-heart conversations. That is what's in store for you. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. That it will be coming into play. And this one is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. That's the final message of this. Continue to call them in. Continue to work on yourself. Make yourself fully embody who you truly are. To avoid any type of like codependency or low self-esteem, avoid those red flags, pay attention to them. Don't let someone take advantage of that deep loving nature that you have within you. You deserve someone who is the Prince of Summer, who is the Prince of Spring, and obviously of any gender. Charming, self-confident, passionate, romantic, captivating, flirtatious. Like, you deserve to have that honeymoon dream romance if that's what you want. It is a little bit further out right now. For some of you though, if you do get swept off your feet pretty quickly, just pay attention to any red signs or red flags. But it's not an immediate no. Spirit is also being very clear of that. Open yourself up. So many of you are already so open and you're like, I've been open. And Spirit is just asking you to continue to trust. Continue to trust that it's on its way into you. It will manifest. It will be here. You deserve it. But in the meantime, take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Romance yourself. You are a being of love. You are. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Be safe, be well. I hope you find ways to enjoy your life. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Shine divine.